Hi everybody, my name is Andie Gradek. I'm the Perfectly Posh leader of the Prominent Poshers Perfectly Posh team. And I want to talk to you today about not leaving money behind with your business. Now, what does that mean? That means following through with your customers. And there's tons of ways to do that, and you have to decide what works best for your business. For example, you've sent out a very simple sample pack. Whatever your sample pack may look like, you've sent out samples to people. Nobody's responded. Nobody's still responded. Have they even tried these samples? Let me tell you, if you don't ask them if they've tried them, they either won't remember to try them or they'll forget to respond to you. Everybody's busy. It's life. That doesn't mean you have to hound people. I really, no pressure, Perfectly Posh consultant. I want them to enjoy trying Posh and playing with Posh and talking about Posh and sharing Posh. But if you don't ask them, you'll never actually know if you have someone who has tried something and absolutely loved it. So that's the first thing. And how do you do that? I've sent out samples, but now what do I do? Let me tell you, use a notebook. For everything. I mean everything. Use a notebook for everything. So here's a list. This is definitely my scratch notebook, but I keep it on me all the time, whether it be in my purse, in my car, whatever it may be. And I take notes in it, quick notes, and I simply write. So I sent a sample to somebody with BFF, Perfect, and Purifier. Those are some samples I sent out. I have the date that I sent out. I do transport this to Excel later because I love Excel, but not everyone has to do that. A notebook is perfectly fine. But this allows me to see when I did what I did, and it's not even in order. It's just, oh, I sent this out, I sent this out, I sent this. Somebody asked this question. Oh, somebody loved this product. Oh, I want to make sure that they know if it's on sale or if I can get a sample to them. Whatever it may be, keep notes in your notebook, and that'll allow you to follow up. I do follow up Friday. I'm a mom of a 20-month-old. I live in the middle of nowhere, and it's easy to be super busy and get behind and realize, oh my gosh, it's been 3 weeks since I sent out that sample. Honestly, like, I know that sounds like a huge time frame, but it's so easy to do when you get busy. It's easy to do when they get busy. So message them on Facebook, just a quick, it doesn't have to be pressure. Just, hey, how's your day going today? I noticed you guys are doing a Disneyland trip. That's so fun. My family goes to Disneyland every year. We absolutely love it, blah, 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 blah. Visit with them. Make sure they know that you're not just messaging. I mean, they know you're messaging about the samples, but make sure you kind of set that platform of, I really want to know how your day is going. And did you get a chance to take some time for yourself? What did you think of those products? That simple. So follow up with samples with actually talking to people. That's a huge deal. Make sure you're willing to discuss options with people. If they go, hey, I love Moisturize 911, but it kind of made my face burn a little bit because of the caffeine. Well, you know what? We have 3 other moisturizers that are great. We have something for everybody. Everybody's skin is different. I love 911, but it may be different for somebody else's skin. Talk to people and find something that works for them. There's the first thing you can do. Follow up and send samples with messaging people and actually talking to people. What's another thing you can do? Oh my gosh, somebody ordered off of your Perfectly Posh page. That's always an exciting day. I don't care if it's a repeat customer that's been buying for a year or somebody new. It's always exciting to get someone to order off of Perfectly Posh. And we all watch our video all the time. It's exciting to see. So someone has ordered off of Perfectly Posh. Now, whether you've started your business or you just started your business or you've been doing it for years, months, whatever it may be, you can still follow up with those people who bought even months ago. You want to make sure you're following up with people. So I have my handy dandy folders here because I just love being a nerd. So I have my awesome folder. Today is the day. Day for what? For me to send out my thank you card. So like I said, I love Excel. That doesn't mean you have to. You can track however you want to. It's your business. You are a business owner. You do your model. But today is the day for me to send out samples, thank you cards. So here's my Excel sheet, which I won't expand on too much because there are addresses on here, but here's my Excel sheet, and it literally has name, what they purchased, their address, and the date that they purchased. So I know when to follow up, whether that be 3 months after the cycle or it would be 3 weeks after the cycle. You decide what works for you when to follow up. You want to make sure that you are following up when you would imagine that they're either running low or they've tried it, because you could say, hey, I hope you really love that BFF face wash. That is literally my favorite Posh product. What did you think? And they'll either say, oh, I love it or not. I've never really gotten a bad review from Posh. It just may be a different product that they prefer to try, like Complexion Perfection. They go, oh, I love BFF. It makes my skin feel so good, but it's kind of rough on my skin. Let's talk Complexion Perfection. That is that's the same kind of idea, spearmint face wash, but it just has a much more gentle exfoliating. Bam. So by following up with people, you can continue to do that. You never know what people think of their products. You never know if they go, oh my gosh, I love this. My sister would adore these products. Then let's host a party. There you go. There's another follow-up thing. You can always host parties by following up. Let me show you, see if I can show you here. I'm cheap. So I have this huge box of thank you cards. There's 200 thank you cards with envelopes. I like colors because why? It gets people's attention in the mailbox, and I love colors. So this whole box is $11 at Target. 200 thank you cards. That's something that you can do. Handwritten thank you cards are super important. But if you don't follow up with people, you're leaving money behind. And it could be as simple as, Someone forgetting to message you that they love their face wash, but you know what? They love their face wash and they need a good moisturizer to go with it. If you don't follow up with them, they may not ever ask. You never know. You need to follow up with your customers, or otherwise you're leaving money behind. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a, hey, did you try this? Did you try it? 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 It doesn't have to be that at all. Just visit with them. Create relationships with your customers. And I know that may seem tedious and cumbersome, and it can be, but think of it as you're building your customer base, but you're also building loyalty. There are over 70,000 Posh consultants. For a company that's been here less than 5 years, that's very popular. But there's not 70,000 active consultants. So if you're an active consultant building your business, they're going and they like the way you do things, and you're like, man, I really care about what you're trying, what you like, what you don't like. Let's figure out what works for you. I had a lady message me who was not sold on Posh, and I just adore her now. And she was like, hey, if this stuff actually works, I have horrible adult acne, like I did. And I want to try stuff, but I'm not sure what to do. So we really sat down, and I made her a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday regimen. And we tweaked it. She goes, you know, I love it. It's working really good for my skin, but it's making my skin really dry. Okay, let's take gender bender out for a little bit and figure out what works for you. Take the time to turn your customers into friends. Follow up, create those relationships, and just ask them. You asking people is not hounding them. I get that a lot with, oh, I don't want to bother them. I totally get that. I completely get that. In fact, before Posh, I hated direct sales because I'm not going to knock on your door and say, hello, did you try these samples yet? That's not the way I work. Create a relationship with them where they want to communicate with you. Follow up with your customers and don't leave money behind. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to contact me with any of the information listed in the comments below. And again, I love sharing Posh. I would love to answer any questions. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks, everybody.